It's a pleasure to be here with you guys today and girls. We're scheduled to start at 7:30, but I wanted to start a little bit earlier just to get warmed up and just to make sure the technology is working good. Usually it always does, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So I hope everyone's doing good. And if they're not doing good, then hopefully by coming on my live stream, it will cheer you up a bit. So I've got a good personality. I've got Irish in me, and I've travelled the world. A little bit of humour for you guys today. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood pretty much most days. So let's just wait to see this. Hopefully, the chat will warm up. We'll get more people on, and if we don't, then it wouldn't be the worst thing. Life does go on. That'll just mean me getting off the hook and having to do this live stream, even though I really want to do it. I'm really fascinated with that voice that we all have. I did a video on it yesterday. We all have a voice that tries to stop us from doing pretty much everything. And it's a protective mechanism. And the voice is basically designed to keep you safe. Greetings from Hungary. Pleasure. Greetings back from London. I really appreciate you. Thanks for support. I think I recognize your name. I think I see you on my Instagram and YouTube. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Get your questions ready today, guys. We're going to start officially at 7:30 in 10 minutes. I've got some great tips I'm going to share with you today. Today's live stream is all about, what to do at this moment in time with, if your dating and relationship life isn't working out. I think for most people, unless they're in a long-term relationship, their dating life isn't great at the moment. Because of what's going on, and there's a lot of restrictions, as you know. But I'm going to give you a different angle on things today, as per usual, some really positive stuff, and I'm looking forward to just having a good laugh with you guys. I was just thinking about, sorry, I'm a bit out of breath. I just ran down the stairs to Tesco's. I was just thinking about the days when I used to do the 3-hour live streams of you guys. They were brilliant. I used to do them in the hotel, in the 5-star hotels in London. This was in, I think this was in 2018, 2019, right? I was really in a flow of doing the live streams, and they used to start off kind of formal, and then we'd really get in, it would kind of just go into, it would just really be like hanging out with friends, We'd start doing, I'd start doing some impressions from films and stuff. Great to see you. Keep up the amazing work. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciate all the support. You guys are great. That's why I want to give you a lot of great advice today. So we're going to get started. A few more minutes. It's still early. I appreciate you coming on. If you've got any questions, then put them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer your questions. Make sure to hit that like button. I really like saying that. I see other YouTubers saying that. I think I'm going to say that on my channel, right? So smash the like button. Don't smash your laptop. Apparently, if you hit the like button, it improves the algorithm on YouTube, and YouTube promotes your videos more, so we can get this positive message out to more people. I was going to wear like a smart shirt today with a tie, like I usually do, but then I thought, you know what? I don't want to be like a cheesy relationship expert. I'm just going to come in my nice hoodie and stuff. So officially, I'm actually retired as a dating and relationship coach. That's not what I really do anymore. But I've still got a lot of life experience, and I want to share that with people because it can really help them, right? And it would be great also to see how you guys are getting on as well. So I've done a lot of market research during the pandemic, asking you guys what topics you want me to talk about, what you're passionate about. The main topics were social anxiety, self-development. They were the main two. Some of you said, dating and relationships. So we do a lot on this YouTube channel. Just to remind you as well, at the moment, the way things are. I'm not coaching at the moment. I mean, I'm doing these videos and streams, right? But I'm not working at the moment. And I won't go heavily into it. Two reasons. First reason was I did have a breakdown in 2017. I know it's in the past, and I had to recover from that. So it was advised to me, from doctors, family, to take some time out of work and just recover and heal up. And I felt really good pretty much just before the pandemic hit. I was about to go back into working full time with my business and coaching. I had a lot of clients ready to do paid coaching. I was so excited, and then the coronavirus pandemic came, so it kind of got in the way of things. But I see every positive in life, every negative as a positive. So I will be returning in the future back to confidence coaching. So if any of you want to do that kind of stuff, then hopefully I will be back January, sometime February. Let's see how things go. I just wanted to let people know that I'm enjoying doing this. I'm not getting paid at the moment for any of this, but it doesn't really make a difference to me because I really enjoy it. I'm really passionate about it, and I got paid very well in the past. I'm grateful for that, and I know I will. I'll be successful again financially in my business in the future. But there's more important things that are going on in life as well. So I'm not really thinking about that. Johnny, been following you for years. Don't really need to watch these videos as much these days, but been feeling a bit demotivated to get girls during the pandemic, so it could really be helpful. Well, that's great, because that's the thing with my work. It's always evolving, and you never really know what conversation you're going to get out of Johnny Berba, because I'm a deep thinker, like a lot of you. I'm always interested in growing, evolving. I've got a lot of passions in life. My passions are not just dating and relationships. If I'm being honest, that's probably my least passion at the moment. I'm interested in other stuff. But anyway, that's the good thing about my live streams. I'm pretty easygoing. We can talk about life. We can talk about mental health. We can talk about sports. As long as it's positive and respectful, there's no real limits on the dialogue that we can have. So I got a bit of fruit here, and I'm going to need some energy for you guys. So anyway, do me a favor, right? We're going to start in a few minutes. Let me know what country you're from. This is a question actually I used to ask if I was going to speak to a girl. It's a question I like to get to know people. I like knowing where people are from. I've got a real fascination for culture, countries, always did as a kid. So when I ask that question, it's because I'm interested. Years ago, people used to get offended when you would ask where they're from. They'd get on the defensive. But usually, I say people never usually get offended, because I think they can sense I'm coming from a good place. Brighton. Oh, really? That's interesting. Brighton. Yeah, I've been in Brighton loads. Great. We got 10 people on the stream. We're building up. Listen to this. Let me just get my phone. I need to read. Right. These were some of the comments some of you said on the community section about your dating life. This is what inspired me to do this stream, actually. I wasn't going to do a live stream, but because of these responses, which were I'm not laughing, they were comical. Some of you were quite comical about your situation at the moment. Oh, great. Italy. We've got Italy. We've got Brighton. We've got a real mix here. Okay. Okay. Dip it in the mouthwash. I didn't get that. Okay. Right. Oldham. Oh, lovely. Oldham. I love it. I love the diversity, Oldham. Oldham's in the house. Shouts to the Oldham. Right. Shouts to Italy. Shouts to Brighton. Shouts to the Hungary. Shouts to Central London. I'm in a really good mood. You know why I'm in a good mood, guys? Because I've got my sleeping pattern back in check. Good to see you, Andy. Oh, we've got another guy from Brighton. My good friend Andy, huh? SD Connection. Hey, man, I miss you from the old live streams I used to do back in the days. What's your thoughts on lockdown being eased next Wednesday? My thoughts are brilliant. I think it's great. I think that's wonderful. Right. I've got to read these out, right? Because it was these comments from you guys which did inspire this live stream. Right. I can feel your pain, and I like the fact that you guys were humorous. Right. We're starting officially in 2 minutes. Okay. This was a question I asked 4 days ago, right? I asked this on the community section on my YouTube channel. Describe your dating life in 2 words. And this is what people said. Non-existent, LOL. What is this dating life you speak of? Question mark. The face is like that. It's got a smiley face. Obviously sarcasm, right? Meaning his dating life. Never had one. Another guy responds. Good friend of mine, Jay. Non-existent. Capital letters, LOL. Non-existent, Matt. Bugger all. I'm lost. Dead, LOL. Not bad. Well, as you can see there, we got a casualties of guys that are in need for some love, yeah, and some help. So I'm gonna do the best I can. Right? What would you guys say if you could sum up your dating life in 2 words? What would you say it was? Are you brave enough to write in the chat? Coffee walk. All right, I didn't really get that. That's kind of creative. Okay, my dating life in 2 words. Right? This is my dating life. If I have to sum it up. My one is called Become Fearless. Right? I'm going to write pending, right? Now listen to this, yeah? Full stop. There's been I understand, and there's been a little jokes aside, there's been a lot of men on my videos saying things like, my dating life is over. It's finished for me. I'm never going to meet a woman, you know? I'm never going to find love. And I honestly don't believe that. I think your dating lives are not over. I think your dating lives are on hold at the moment. I think my dating life is on hold. I think there is a great woman out there for every single one of you on this stream and who follows me on YouTube. I really mean that. There is a great woman who is perfect for you. You'll be perfect for her. It's just a matter of being patient, you know, and applying the things that I'm going to be sharing with you and teaching you in today's live stream. And I'm going to be learning. We're going to learn from each and every one, right? So if that sounds good, we can get into it and get started. By the way, guys, I'm pretty easygoing, right? This is not like a strict. Respect everyone's opinions on the stream. No abuse. Make a point of saying, I'm sure you guys don't need me to say this, but I really encourage guys to respect women. I don't agree on any kind of movements and stuff like that that have got a bad attitude towards women. The way I see it in life, that there's good and bad in everyone, you know, so it's important to respect women. Good to see you, Ron. Really good to see you. Amazing. What a great surprise. That's why I love these live streams. You never know who's going to turn up. You never know who's going to show up. Okay. So I'm going to give you a different angle today, right? I'm not going to give you the same generic, boring dating advice, which is just going to be a load of BS. It's not going to work. It's going to be polite. I'm going to give you personal development advice, right? This is coming from a 37-year-old. Okay, now I've broken it up into 4 pieces, 4 individual parts of your life that you want to work on at the moment, right? Okay, so let's just get the obvious things out of the way. Now, can you guys tell me, like, what's the situation with your dating life at the moment? Have you tried? Have you done online dating? You know, have you got a social circle? I'm just trying to find out a bit more so I know where you guys are at, and then I can share the advice with you, if that makes sense. Because otherwise, I'm just sharing all this information, which is brilliant, but it might not be congruent with where people are at and so forth. And if any of you are in a relationship, that's brilliant. Okay, dating apps. How is it working for you? Okay, Tinder. All right. So seems like online dating right at the moment for a lot of people, which isn't always, you know, when you look at it on a whole, it's not always reliable. Okay. Anyway, this is my opinion. At the end of the day, I'm going to share with you guys. You guys can take what you want. I personally think the best thing to do during a pandemic for a guy, right, who's single and seeking a relationship with a woman, right, which is nothing wrong with that. If you're not able to date at the moment because online dating isn't working for you, or you don't like online dating, and I totally understand, right? I'm trying to leave my opinions out. If online dating isn't an option and you don't have a large social circle of friends who can introduce you to a girl that could potentially be a girlfriend, and you maybe because of the rules or the restrictions, you're not able to speak to women in public, or you're not able to go to a dating event, right? Because there's a lot of restrictions at the moment, right? My advice would actually be to work on yourself and actually build a better relationship with you so that you feel good about yourself, as opposed to just saying, "Do you know what, you know, I'm going to give up on my dating life. At the moment, I'm not able to speak to women, or I'm not having any luck with online dating." I know it's difficult because it is frustrating for guys, especially when when you're feeling lonely and stuff like that. It's understandable. But I think if you work on yourself, you'll actually find a lot of happiness and excitement. As I said, online dating in the south east is terrible. I heard it's much easier up north. I don't know. Do you know what, Andy? I don't know much about online dating, so this is news to me. It's not something that I do, but I'm not against it because it can work for some people, right? So, okay, where does personal development come into dating? How can it help? Well, let me just be straight with you guys. I think one of the mistakes a lot of guys make is they're trying to seek a relationship with a woman. They're trying to attract a woman during the pandemic or before the coronavirus happened, but they're not really satisfied with themselves. They're not really happy in their life. They don't really have a purpose, and they're hoping, to get lucky in a sense. And I think that's, I mean, I think that's the wrong approach in the long run. I think it's better if you can, develop yourself, get your confidence, as best as you can get it, and get happiness in your life and get some meaning. Then you're in a much better position. Women are going to find you more attractive anyway because you're happy with you. So it's a little bit abstract from usual dating advice. Usual dating advice doesn't really encourage, you know, self-inquiry or, to develop yourself. They touch on it a little bit, but it's very, I don't know, I find it a little bit weak and a bit naive. They'll just tell you to put on a shirt and a suit, and they'll give you a few cheesy lines, which I don't believe in, and they'll tell you to do a certain profile, and it doesn't work for a lot of people in reality. This stuff may sound good on television or magazines. In actual reality, it's not very practical. What I'm saying really does work. So for me, working on yourself, number one, is having a passion in life. I always ask this question when I'm doing a live stream or a seminar. If I was coaching someone, I would always say to a guy, I'm going to ask you guys now, what's your purpose in life? What's your passion? And if you can't answer that question, don't feel embarrassed. It's not a failure, but that's really telling you what the issue is. And we will get to social skills at the end. So make sure you stay on the end of this live stream, because I am going to explain to guys how to improve your communication skills with women, because that is important, obviously, right? That is something that you need to improve, right? And I don't know where all of you are with your social skills, because I haven't met all of you in person. Some of you I know quite well from the live streams, and I've spoken to you, but some of you I haven't. So during the pandemic, because of the time you've got on your hands, it's really a time for, you know, figuring out what it is that you want to do in your life. Because I believe every man has got purpose in his life, as does every woman. Every guy's got something that he's really passionate about and that he's very, very skilled at. But you have to obviously identify it and do it. So just to throw a question out now to all of you, we can do this exercise. What's your passion? What's your purpose? If you was to ask me the same question, my passion, my purpose is making YouTube videos that inspire people, right? So I can tell you straight away, right? That's my passion in life. And my old passion was full-time coaching, full-time confidence coaching, right? That was my meaning. I absolutely loved it, right? So I can answer that question for you. And it took me about 15 years to find my passion. In my earlier life, I really struggled. So it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make a lot of money from it. You could make no money. Is it photography? Is it singing? Is it dancing? You know, is it teaching? Is it language? Is it translating? You know, what is your passion and purpose in life? You have to have one, I think. Great, traveling, okay, because if you don't have a passion or a purpose, then it is going to affect you a lot more being single and not having a relationship during this time. And when you've got a passion and a purpose in life, women find you attractive anyway. That's one of the consequences. So it's not like I'm saying that men should take up a hobby or a passion so they can impress a woman. I'm not saying that. I'm saying for yourself, for your own happiness, for your own meaning. And when you have that, as a consequence, women will be more attracted to you anyway, right? So it's a really important thing, and it's really important for mental health. So we've got one person so far, DM, who said traveling. That's brilliant. So this is the first area, right? There's 4 areas I'm teaching today. And the first one is about, for guys, finding out what your purpose is. And it will make sense, believe me, when you start practicing it and enjoying your passion and your purpose, you will start realizing, you will understand more how to be better in relationships, right? Okay, I will come back to number 1 and give you guys some times. No one else has answered the question. All right, maybe you guys don't want to. That's fine. All right, we're easy going here. So number 2 for me is about building self-discipline. Now is a great time if you can't really date that much, and things are a little bit difficult. Now is a time where you could really start building self-discipline. Self-discipline is so important for your attractiveness, for young guys, older guys. And think about it, right? Let me just be straight with you guys. If you develop your confidence now, when we're in a pandemic and there is time, there's a lot of time at home, or you're on your own a lot. If you build up your confidence and you build up your self-discipline, when we come out of the lockdown, you're going to be so much more confident with women, aren't you? You're going to get a relationship a lot easier. Yeah. The flip side is that when you don't have a passion, you're going to become easily dependent on the woman you're with, which will reduce her attraction for you. That's 100%. I agree. I agree with you. You're on 100%. So what you're saying, you're on, and what I'm saying. We're really helping each other, guys, to build long-term success in relationships. We're not talking about a quick fix, which is why I said to you guys, I'm not going to give you cheesy, repetitive, boring dating and relationship advice, because there's loads of it on YouTube, right? Of course, there's some really good stuff as well. So I'm not knocking anyone. I'm just being honest. It's a pleasure to see you, Fred Blogs. Oh, by the way, what did you think of the boxing, man? There've been some great boxing fights. So if you just joined the live stream today, I'm talking about what guys can do right now, right today, if they're struggling with their dating because of the pandemic, because there's nothing happening with the online dating. They're not having success on it, or they don't want to do online dating. They don't have a big social circle. They're not able to go out and speak to women for whatever reason, because of the social distancing, or I don't know, maybe some of you might have the virus, you might be quarantining. There's so many things going on at the moment. So my advice at the moment would be for guys to work on themselves. So I'm not saying give up on dating. I'm saying your dating life is not over. It's never over. Think about it. We've been in this kind of isolation for the last 8 months, men and women. Men and women are going to be dying to date one another when we come out of this. Oh, really? You're looking forward to the Tyson Roy Jones? So now is the time to really work on yourself. So how can you build self-discipline, right? I think the first way to build self-discipline is you have to set some goals, right? And I'm just going to give you an example. I'm not saying this is any of you, but one of your goals could be to beat your porn addiction. I'm not saying you have a porn addiction, but some guys have, right? Another goal could be to eat healthier. Another goal could be to wake up early in the mornings. Another discipline goal could be to say no to spending time with negative people. So all these different goals, which will build self-discipline, will make you more attractive to women. And there's a funny law, I don't know if it's the universe, whatever you want to call it, which is fine. The more you develop your confidence, guys, and your self-discipline, the more likely it is that a woman is going to come into your life, and you're going to attract the right woman. So that's the idea of the discipline, and it could be exercising, whatever makes you more of a disciplined person. For example, my discipline is I do these videos regularly. I'm very disciplined. I'm very dedicated. I'm very passionate. I'm very motivated. No one could really teach me that. No one told me to do that. I had to learn myself. I had to choose that I want to do this and discipline myself. And for the last 8 months, if you've been following me, you see how consistent I am at putting the videos out. So consistency, doing something, Mike Tyson used to say that, doing something that's difficult, that you kind of hate doing it, but you do it like you love it. You change your attitude. So instead of going, oh, I hate running, or I hate dieting, or I hate quitting my porn addiction, you dedicate your energy to it, and then you start getting very, very skilled at it. So that's the second one, building discipline. You guys are silent. Either the classes fell asleep, or you're so in awe of what I'm saying. Okay. So number 3. So we've done number 1, done number 2. Okay, number 3 is about staying connected. I think a lot of guys really neglect this, right? I've seen this over the years, working with a lot of guys and getting to know problems that men have, and I've been through this myself. A lot of guys, especially when they're introverted, right, they'll stop communicating with their family, and I think that can really affect your happiness, and it can affect your relationships with women later on. So staying connected is about, even if we're in a pandemic and you can't meet up face to face, you can Skype one of your friends. You can Skype your friend for 2 hours and catch up. It's actually a lot of fun. You can do a live stream, what we're doing today. You can get your phone, right? You can get your phone, and that's really good news, Mike. I'm pleased to hear that. And you can send your friend a voice message on WhatsApp. Hey, how you doing? Let's catch up. Staying connected really does help to get the depression away, guys, and the anxiety that a lot of us men live with. And even though the advice I'm giving, it may sound quite separate from actually talking to women, but all these things help you to get better relationships with women. So this is what I would do. So we discussed number 1, finding a passion or hobby. Now is a great time in lockdown. You can read books, you can go online, you can do courses, you can start a business, you can get ideas down. I've learned like 3 new skills in lockdown. I'm sure you guys can learn just as much. I learned how to edit. I could never edit before. I used to always pay people to edit my videos, and I never thought about editing. I didn't even want to do it. Because of the time in lockdown, I started learning it, and I quite enjoy it. So I learned editing. I learned how to shoot my own videos, something that I never used to do. I used to pay a cameraman. That was a second skill. And what was the third skill I learned? There was another one I'm trying to remember. I forgot. What is it? Yeah, I studied some marketing, on YouTube and stuff like that, about the algorithms, and I've been perfecting my writing skills more. So 3 new skills that I learned, from having my dating life on hold like you guys. So learn some new skills, man. It's so important, especially for the younger generation. Time, you can't get time back. So don't waste your time doing nothing. Learn some new skills. The more skilled you are as a man, the more attractive you are to women, the better you're going to feel. Trying to think positive in the downtime. Some tips, please, mate. Honestly, you know what, Fred Vlogs? I really just think it's about taking one day at a time. And what I do is every day to stay positive and stop me getting down is I do an action plan. I get a pad of paper, and you can see I did it today. So I'm a man of my word. I write down a list of what I'm going to do, because if I don't do this, I can easily get down. So Monday, if you can see today, I don't know if you can see it. I wrote Monday, wash my clothes. I washed my clothes today. Take a shower. Make a video on YouTube about relationships. I did do that. Do a live stream. I'm doing that. Go for a walk. I did that. You know, edit a video. So I write down a little list, Fred Blogs, and it sounds simple, but when you do it, it really gets you in a good mood. It gives you, you know, as men, we need goals. We need a task. As you know, our minds go crazy when we don't have things to do. Um, these are the things I do. Another thing I do, Fred Blogs, if I feel myself slipping and getting down, I get back connected. I speak to a friend on the phone. I call my mum. I speak to my brother about boxing. I will make a video. I will try and help someone else, and helping someone else helps me too. So that's the best advice I could give you. Oh, I've got sorry, this one as well. I know that you're a fit man anyway. I know you personally. Go for a long walk. I have a daily list because of work. These are chores. Okay, so are you saying by that okay, the chores is not pleasure? You mean? Well, make a list for time with yourself. You know, things that can, you know, when because you're probably at work, you're giving, right? You're helping other people. Create some space and time where you can receive, if that makes sense. And that could be watching a good film. That could be watching some boxing. You could be doing some writing, or as you've answered, some meditation. Um, I don't do meditation, so I can't comment on it. But it works for you. It works for a lot of other people. So that might be something you guys definitely want to try. But that's what it's really about. It's about being creative. It's about coming up with. That's a great one, Andy. Stay away from social media. Less time on your phone. Yeah, I totally agree on that. I did a video on the channel about that. You guys can check out why too much social media is terrible for your mental health. But the right balance is fine. Um, but I would also say this as well, right? I still think it's worth, right? If you guys are really serious, I still think it's worth trying online dating if you haven't tried it. It's better than nothing, isn't it? Give it a shot, try it, excuse me, and see how it works. If it doesn't work, don't be disappointed on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Just accept that it's not personal. It's not working. But give it a shot. It might work. You don't know. You can meet. You don't know. You can fall in love from it. Probably my most important tip as well is amongst all these for you know is going for a long walk. You know, sometimes as well, guys. Let me give you some wisdom. Dating is a tricky one in relationships, because sometimes the more you try and impress women, and the more you try and get a relationship, the less it happens, right? Because you're trying too hard. Maybe you're too desperate. Maybe you're putting pressure on yourself. So I think sometimes you just got to step away from it and relax more. Like my dad always used to tell me this. He was always right. And I didn't used to like the advice, because it used to annoy me, because it annoyed me. The reason why I didn't like it, and my dad used to say this, right, when I was younger, because what he was telling me wasn't going to be a quick fix. I wanted someone to give me a solution that was going to get me a beautiful girl of my dreams straight away. And obviously, the reality is That's not going to happen in most cases. It's not impossible, but it's unlikely. So the advice my dad was giving me was patience. He used to say to me, stop being desperate, stop looking like you want it too much, be honest, be yourself. If you see a woman and you like her, walk up to her, introduce yourself, be honest, and ask her out. If she says yes, fantastic. If she says no, then you say, no problem, you know. So patience is something that we've all had to work on, and all men generally are impatient, but you can develop that. We don't have to always be a victim of these negative statements. So you become more patient, and I know you guys have got great personalities. You're really good people, and you could, there's a lot of nice women out there that would be attracted to you and that would like you straight away for your personality if they had some time. So things will change. This is not going to go on forever, guys. It's almost like we're doing a little bit of a prison sentence. And in this time of isolation, we have to toughen our minds up. We have to be positive. We have to sometimes tough out the difficult days. I'm not saying every day is going to be easy. I've had days where I felt down, sad, depressed, lonely, frustrated, confused. But I always get myself out of it, like, doing something, going for a walk. So it's really about making sure that you can. The good videos on. Let me show you. It doesn't pay off. Online dating is becoming harder because I agree, and I think now it will be more traffic, right? Because everyone's going to go to it because of the pandemic. But yeah, the advice I'm giving today is long term, right? But I need to say this as well, right? Obviously, guys, if you're out and you're in a situation, wherever you are, you're in a supermarket, you're in Starbucks, you're on the train, you're at work, and you're single and you see a woman and she's interested in you or she looks at you, there's nothing wrong, right? As long as you're keeping your distance. And most of the time you've got a mask on, right? So you've got a mask on, she's got a mask on. There's nothing wrong with just saying, look, you look nice, I'd like to get to know you. You know, would you like to go out with me? Just because there's a pandemic doesn't mean men and women can't find love. It doesn't mean that. It really doesn't. It could actually spark a lot of attraction and connection. So I'm not being unrealistic. I'm saying you never know in life what's going to happen. I'm sure there's quite a lot of people out there that have found love during this time, and there's a lot of us who haven't. But your time will come. Yeah, these things happen. It's none of us have failed, guys. It's not our fault that there's been a pandemic. It's not your fault, is it? But at the end of the day, we don't want to become victims and give up. So don't give up, guys. And I hope none of you are thinking about giving up, because things will turn around. Believe me, I've been through many difficult times in my life where I thought it's over. And if you're breathing and you're alive, it's not over. You can come back from pretty much anything. By the way, guys, we've got 20 people on my live stream, and only 8 people have liked this stream. I'm spitting out my heart, my soul. I'm giving it everything I've got to help you guys. Smash the like button. Show me some love. So, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, man. She's going to be all right, right? I just found out today someone in my family tested positive as well. Fred Blogs, I generally, from my heart, I hope that your eldest is all right. I think she's gonna be fine, man. She's young. Someone in my family's got it today, but they're okay. So but yeah, man, you can send me if you want to talk to me, you can send me a private message on WhatsApp or my platforms. You know where to find me if you need to talk to me. Lee, don't give up. That's great. Good spirits. Listen, man. Who was it? I can't think of the name, but someone I know spoke to a lady with his mask on and her mask on, and they went out on a date. So you guys know my advice. As long as you're honest, and then anything's possible. It's not like it's illegal, is it? It's not illegal to speak to people in public. It's just probably at the moment you've got to be a bit careful, because people are quite stressed and nervous. So I wouldn't encourage going out in public, and going up and approaching loads of women at this time. It's obviously your choice. I can't stop people what they're doing, but I probably wouldn't advise that as things are the way they are until they get better. But as I said, it doesn't mean you can't speak to women in it. Like sometimes when I'm going out to Tesco shopping, you just get into a conversation naturally with a woman. And sometimes that's the best way to meet. So be open minded to that, guys. And one of the advice to you is when you are going out, I always try and make sure that I look smart. I always try and wear something that's smart. I shower so that at least when you're out you look presentable. I'm not saying you guys don't look presentable. I know you guys are smart, but I'm just kind of getting you in the mindset of giving yourself every opportunity to increase your chances of attracting a relationship during the pandemic, if that makes sense. But anyway, that's my opinion. Yeah, I gave you three. Number four, the last one. How do I stop being nervous? The way you stop being nervous is two ways you do it. Number one, you accept the nerves. You don't try and change them. You don't judge them. Number two, you practice. You practice in any situation which makes you nervous. And if you do that, you'll gain confidence. You'll be less nervous, and the problem's going to be solved. So obviously, I used to be very socially nervous. I would have been very nervous to do this live stream 7 or 10 years ago. I'm not nervous to do the live stream now because I've practiced it hundreds of times. So practice makes perfect. John Jones, good to see you commenting on someone's shopping choices can be a good way of breaking the ice. Yeah, I would say that's always a good option. And it's more spontaneous when you're going out in your daily life and you're in a shop, and you see someone. That's when you can that's when you can say hello. You just never know. I'm sure you guys have been in situations. I've been in situations before where I'm not even expecting to speak to a woman, and I'm shopping, I'm getting some, food shopping, or I'm getting some, I'm going to do my washing or something, excuse me, the lady will smile at me or she'll ask me a question, and it will catch me off guard. So you got to be, sorry, my neck's aching a bit. It's because I'm bending down. So you got to be open. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. It's good to tell a girl that you feel a little bit nervous in a situation if you do feel nervous. I think most people appreciate that, right? Um, that's something that a lot of people will appreciate, as long as you're not doing it as a way to get sympathy or stuff like that. Uh, Yes, gentlemen, please start a conversation with us girls. I am much more open starting conversations at a grocery store. I always ask a guy to help me to reach that. That's really nice. That's really encouraging, guys, that you've got that encouragement from Lee. So yeah, there's I don't think there's anything wrong with starting a conversation with a woman in a shop, as long as you're respectful when you're talking to a woman in any social situation. And if she's not comfortable and she doesn't want to speak, then always just say, look, okay, have a great day, and then just deal with it like a gentleman. Be respectful, and that way you usually you won't have any negative outcomes. How do I deal with social anxiety in school? So many people around you, regardless of gender. That's a good question. I'm going to make a video especially for you on that topic because it's a longer conversation, but I'll answer it in short now. Do check back on my channel. I will do a longer one. I really appreciate all the likes, by the way. 16 likes. Smash that like button, guys and girls. Please do subscribe to the channel if you want to learn how to get over your anxiety and build more confidence in all areas of life. Really appreciate the support. I think the first one is really about accepting your social anxiety, not being ashamed of it. A lot of people have it. Pretty much everyone has it to a certain degree, some more than others. So accept it. And then number two, really work on improving it, work on facing it. So it's called exposure therapy, where you start pushing yourself in social situations that make you anxious, that make you nervous, until you can get less anxious and build more confidence. I've done a lot of videos, SH, on YouTube about this, which you should check out. I've covered loads of videos on long-term success with getting over social anxiety. I think I've done one at school, in all places. I will hit the like button if you tell me whether or not. So, yeah. So the kind of conclusion today is, right, do as much dating as you can within the rules of what you can do at the moment. And what I mean by that is, if you can do online dating, then you're welcome. Then do online dating, right? If you don't like online dating and you can find another means of dating, then give that a try. When you're out in the coffee shop or in supermarkets, you can start a conversation. If you like a woman, and women can do the same as well. If they like a guy, you can start a conversation. We're friendly. We want to meet you. You want to meet us. I don't see anything wrong with women approaching men. I really don't. I don't see it being a problem. I mean, I'd be flattered if a woman approached me and gave me a compliment or started a conversation, and it's happened a few times. So there's nothing wrong with it. You know, women can do that. They're more than capable of doing it. And look, I also respect the fact that some women might not be comfortable doing it and they might prefer a guy to approach them. That's great as well. I've got no problem with that. I don't know what that is, my friend. I have got no idea what that culture is. I'm not really interested in it, if I'm being honest. It doesn't really appeal to me. I don't know what it is, right? But my first instinct is I'm not really interested in that, but I appreciate you asking. Great, we've got 20 people on. We've got 22. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well. And by the way, guys, I've got a new podcast show. Jamie, I've not heard of that, my friend. I don't follow cults. I don't follow these movements. Look, everyone's entitled to do what they want to do. I'm not really interested in that stuff. I've got enough my own passions. I'm really into personal development and stuff. I'm not really into like movements as such. But yeah, I don't know about it. Well, it's kind of hard to answer that question, Gus. I hope I pronounce your name right, because it depends on the woman. You can't generalize, because everyone's different. So not all guys are the same. Not all women are the same. So to answer your question, it really does depend on the woman. I'll give you an example. It was quite a few months ago when we were in the pandemic, and I wasn't hardly speaking to anyone. Right, this was when it first came, and everyone was really scared about this virus. But I was out doing some shopping, and I think I got speaking to this lady, this English lady on outside the tube station, and we just really got on. It was nothing more than that. And she said, I'm so glad that you spoke to me today. And I was honest with her. I just said, look, I was a bit anxious because I didn't know if you're gonna, I didn't know if you'd want to speak to me because we got the virus going on, and I didn't. And she was like, no, no, no. She was very open minded. You know, we ended up speaking for like 40 minutes, right? And I didn't go out of her or anything. I didn't. She was nice, and I think she liked me, but I didn't really think about going anything. It was fine. I just enjoyed talking to her, right, as a person. But Not everyone's like that. There was some situations where I was walking down the street, and even I'm a straight guy, right? But even guys and people like would get uncomfortable if you looked at them. Everyone's different. So that's why I can't answer these questions like in full, because some people are open-minded. Some people don't mind that there's a pandemic going on. They just doesn't bother them. It depends on how you've been brought up. So you can't really generalize and say, is it a good idea to speak to women, you know, with what's going on, or is it not? I mean, it's a relevant question, obviously. I understand you're going to want to know, but I can't give you a full example because so many women are different, so many men are different. So that's my answer. Regarding books, there's no particular books I'm reading at the moment, but I do a lot of my studying online by watching. I watch a lot of interviews and documentaries and podcast shows. So that's my way of reading. I learn from people, right? But there are a lot of good books out there. If you want some good books on self-help or confidence or overcoming fear, I would really recommend the author Jeff Thompson. Right, I'll write his name down. Um, Jeff Thompson. He's very famous. He was my mentor several years ago. Right, Jeff Thompson. He's got some great books on fear and self-help. He's just wrote 2 new books out at the moment. So have a look at his stuff. I think it's really good. Uh, is that a book you're on? That sounds good. Good to see you, by the way. You're on. Really good to catch up with a familiar face. I'm really enjoying this live stream, by the way, guys. I hope everyone's enjoying it. I'm really trying my best today. And I think I'm not going to answer that question, Krista. That's I'm not going to talk about my personal date in life. I haven't read any of Robert Greene's work. I do know who he is. I watched some of his interviews a while back. I really appreciate that, SH. Um, we're gonna go for about another 8 minutes, and then we're gonna probably finish up. We're gonna get some questions in. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna start doing a stream every Monday, by the way, guys, on different areas. Now, again, this is a difficult question to answer because you're asking me to answer the question for your relationship. Now, if it was me, if I was in a long-term relationship, I wouldn't cheat personally. That's not something that I would choose to do, right? But I can't tell you what to do. It's your life. So that's my answer. If it was me, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't ruin 8 years in a relationship with someone that I was in love with. Like that's my values. Um, so yeah, I think Jason's brilliant. I think he's great. I really think he's great. Of course, a man can still have self-worth if he doesn't have a job. Of course he can. Your value doesn't come from, in my opinion, in your job or your money. A person's valuable just by being alive. Hey, David, it's great to see you, man. My good friend, David B. Burstein. David's a great guy. I've met David a lot at the Phyllis events in person. Who's found today's live stream helpful? Let me know. If it's been helpful, then just write help in the comments, so I know this is helping people and I can continue. You think I look like Sacha Baron Cohen? Really? I didn't think so. I've heard that before. It's been helpful. I appreciate that. Thank you. Help. Yeah, I always enjoy these live streams. I was doing them before. Help. I appreciate you, Romeo. So, as we're coming towards the end, we're not finished just yet. We'll get some more questions in. We have to work within the restrictions. Try online dating, always help. I appreciate that, Lee. I appreciate that, Iran. I appreciate all of you. Do online dating. Have a go at it. See where you get with it. Set up a profile. Be honest. Write down what your passions are. Awesome, Fred Blogs. And Fred Blogs, if you need to message me privately, drop me a message. You've got my contact. Good to see you, man, and I hope your girl is all right. I'm sure she's going to be fine. I hope she's all right, and I appreciate you coming on stream, my friend. I'll talk to you soon. Good night. So I just lost my train of thought. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. You're very welcome. You're welcome. So where are we? Yeah. Of course, you can be honest about your passions. You don't need to lie about your passions. If your passions are video games, then say it. I'm doing great, David, man. How you doing? I'd love to come to Amsterdam. It would be a dream, and there's a good chance I could come. I've been to Germany. I know it's different, but it's similar, right? A little bit similar. I love Germany. Several years ago, I went on it was about a 2-day trip to Cologne. I'd love to come to Dallas, Texas. I think you guys have been spying on me, man. Awesome. Yeah, I've got a lot of friends and nice clients in Amsterdam. That's one of the things I'm so grateful for. I forget sometimes that I can go quite a few places around the world, and I've got people that I know, and all that came because I faced my fear and put these videos out on YouTube and started teaching and helping people with anxiety and also being honest about my anxieties as well, my struggles. So it's great, this platform, YouTube. But yeah, I mean, from what I can tell, you guys and girls, are you from South Lebanon? So that's awesome. You guys and girls seem like you're hanging in there, which is good. You're doing the best you can, right? And that's all we can do at this moment in time. Yeah, I also think as well it's important to do the best you can to stay social. I really see I really see a connection between how social a man is and a woman is in their life. With their family, with their friends, or their friends, or their group, peer group, or their colleagues at work, or their mastermind group, or follow it, whatever your community. The more social you are with people, I think the better you're going to do with women. That's brilliant, man. I wanted you to say it before I ask you, Rome, because I'm very careful. I believe my social skills are good. I don't like announcing people's personal business on a live stream unless they announce it, because I knew you was in a relationship. That's brilliant, man. See, look, your one's in a relationship, so that means everyone can get success. I'm really pleased for you. Generally, 5 months. See. Well, we got evidence there. I mean, Yaron can teach everyone today as much as I can, if not more, because he's met a woman during the pandemic, so he found love. So it's not impossible. I appreciate that, Lee. Thanks a lot. My advice for you, Christy, is to build more self confidence. Is to face your fears in your life gradually, and to build up some more confidence and to improve your social skills, so you can be more socially confident. And maybe you need to change your beliefs as well. Some of the thoughts, what you've just said there sounds like a pretty strong negative dominant pattern of thinking, which we all have, right? None of us are perfect. I'm not claiming to be, but you can improve these things by working on them. And the best way to work on any aspect is to face your fears. It's the quickest way to build self confidence, more than any other practice in the world. Reading a book can be very great for learning stuff and things like that, but for building confidence, you really want to face your social fears. Wow, we got 23 people on the stream and we've got 20 likes. We've got 3 more people that need to punch the like button. Punch the like button. Christopher, good to see you. The main goal for me is starting practicing women and to try not to rush, come naturally. The more I talk to them, the results I get. That's it, yeah. A lot of it for you, Christopher, is just learning to relax, enjoy yourself, get your personality out. And from when we last spoke, if I remember, Christopher, it was maybe, I don't know where you are now, but it was about you building a bit more confidence and courage to ask a woman out when she's interested in you, or you're in a conversation, or you're dancing. I totally agree with you, David. Look, man, there's a lot of things that society does. You don't have to be a perfect man. You don't have to be smooth, stoic, iron, emotionless. No, I'm nothing close to that. I don't know any guys who are like that. And I've done pretty decent with relationships without not showing off or anything like that. And I've helped a lot of guys to get in relationships, and I've had friends who mentored me, helped me. And that's the thing, most women don't want perfect men. It's not relatable. You can't relate to a person. So you're right, David. So take the pressure off, guys, and just chill out. That's a pretty good percentage. 23 people on the stream, 20 people have liked it. Can we just get a few more likes? Would be great. Yeah, I don't believe in pickup lines. I don't use pickup lines on women. I don't teach guys to do those things. I just don't think it's not honest. I'm learning at cooking food at the moment. That's my goal for next year. That's brilliant, David. You're always growing, David. You're doing great, man. I'm really proud of how much you're growing. Every time I speak to you, you're learning new skills. You've got the YouTube channel. You've been studying. You're improving your relationship skills. You're doing really great. This guy, David, he's Mr. David Bernstein. He's a really dedicated guy, very, very brave, and learning new skills all the time. Oh, wow, that's 100%. We've got 21 likes, 21 people watching. I mean, I can't really, that's brilliant. Yeah, I'm going to do another stream next Monday, guys. So make sure you tune in. Yeah, you've met David, you're on, right? I'm sure you met David at the Phyllis event. You guys are from the same place, right? If memory serves me correct, you're both from the Netherlands, Holland. Johnny, do you notice a difference between women in Europe and in the States attitude-wise? I notice a difference. There are some cultural differences if you're talking about women from Europe and women from America. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm usually good. You caught me there. You caught me slipping. You're right. David's from Norway. Yeah, he's from Norway. You're from Holland. Yeah. The next Phyllis event should be in December. Oh yeah, yeah. You're living in Berlin, right? I got it. You're born and raised in the Netherlands, right? And then obviously moved to Berlin. I got it. See, I'm usually on point, but even me, even being in this isolation so long, your brain does start to seize up a little bit, which is why it's good to do these streams and talk, keep the social skills going. Yeah, it's age, man. Yeah, I knew I was getting older because the live streams are making me out of breath. I used to be able to do these streams for 3 hours, 4 hours, non-stop, non-scripted. I'm not scripted here, but hi, Johnny. Do you have any tips on how to find wingmen? I don't believe in wingmen personally. I believe either in making a true friend or not at all. The live streams can be good, and also my Facebook group. I've got a Phyllis Facebook group where you could make friends there. But I don't really like the term wingman personally. Jerome says, "Don't use the wingman, do it yourself." But no, seriously, if you want to find friends, then I've got a Fearless Facebook group you can join. It's free. We just have to see, don't we? Because the rules are changing so fast. You know, the whole world could change next month. The rules could be restricted, taken away, and then everything's back to normal. But yeah, you got me. You caught me. I tried to sneak it. I tried to get it, and I knew one of you were going to comment. You guys are so sharp. I'm a bit self-conscious about if I'm drinking like a bad diet. My diet's pretty good, but today you caught me slipping. It's a Coca-Cola, so technically there's a bit of energy. Not good. I know it's not very healthy. It's every once in a while, you know. But you got me. You're sharp. At least I haven't. I'm not drinking alcohol. I haven't drunk alcohol. Look, I have got berries, so we're getting more healthy. Always improving, right? Yeah. I've got to cut down the sugar. Kevin, see you, enjoy, brother. How you doing, Kevin? All right, guys. I think it's that beautiful time. I will go on. Oh, I appreciate that, Yaron. That's very nice of you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Krista Vlogs. I appreciate all of your time, and I hope that all of you are going to do your best to stay positive. And I really enjoyed the stream today. I'm looking forward to the next one. And as I said, just do the best you can. Be positive. Try and do the different dating platforms that you can do. Be social. Don't be afraid to reach out for help from friends, family. If you get down, depressed, find a hobby. Do some reading. Do some studying. Take this time to get to know yourself a bit more and develop more, and then you'll be ready. You'll be ready for a relationship. You get your dating life back on track when this pandemic is over. And who knows? You know, Yaron he met someone during the lockdown, so it might happen to any of you. It could happen to any of us. And I really do appreciate you guys supporting everything in the channel. I can't say how much I appreciate it. I'm going to probably do a stream every Monday on a different subject. So I hope everyone's good. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to talking to you guys soon. If you've got any more questions, the best way to find me is you can message me on Instagram, or you can drop me an email. So you just go below any one of my videos, and there will be the address to contact me if you've got any questions or anything like that. But as I said, at the moment, just want to make it clear, I'm not offering any paid coaching at the moment. I'm not working at the moment. I'm taking some time to recover. I want this lockdown to end, and I'm planning to make a comeback next year. And I will let everyone know when I set my business back up again and I can start doing the paid coaching and stuff like that. But for now, I'm really enjoying doing these free YouTube videos, free live streams. It's my passion. I like helping people, and especially when I'm talking to great people like yourselves. So even if you did want to do like coaching with me, you can get in touch next year, hopefully when the pandemic's over. Because the thing with me is a lot of my clients and my business is kind of all around the world, and people travel over to do it in person. I can do some on Skype, but yeah, I'm going to be rebuilding stuff. Like, I don't have a website at the moment. I took it down. So at the moment, I'm just focusing on building the YouTube channel, helping people, building up this podcast show. And when the time is right, getting back into working again and teaching and doing what I absolutely love. But for now, I'm blessed. I've got everything that I need. And I appreciate all of you. All right. Remember, become fearless, because when you do, your life becomes limitless. Good night. I'll speak to you guys soon, and girls. All right. Thank you.